for joining Hawaii Wellness Network. And we have a longtime advertiser guest friend, slash, Maureen O'Shaughnessy. And you have been doing gatherings, which I love going to. And you're going to have a gathering coming up, and so you'd like to talk a little bit more about that?
Well, I have been traveling a lot this last couple of years. So when I'm in town, when I'm in Honolulu, I make sure about once a month I have what I call an intuitive gathering, for lack of a better description. And I do a unique kind of intuitive work where I get to access the higher self or the higher wisdom of the person that I'm interacting with. And in a group setting, the energy is amazing, and instead of just one individual's higher self, what happens is it's the collective higher wisdom of the group. And the energy in a group is wonderful. People can come, not feel self-conscious and ask questions that are personal. And I've never had anyone attend one of the events who did not come to me later and say, I never asked a question, and I felt like every question of mine got answered. Because from the collective higher wisdom that comes through, the information is applicable to everyone present. And I have fun. And if the people in the group happen to have a good sense of humor, often the wisdom that comes through has a little twist of humor to it, which entertains me at the very least. And I'm always amazed by the information that comes through.
And what's interesting is sometimes I won't ask I just didn't have a question, and I'm like, wow, okay, that taking bits and pieces of everybody's question and answer pertained to me, and it was just with 25 people, you're just really amazed and like, wow, okay, that was interesting. I can apply that to myself, even though it's something that you're not going through at the moment.
Exactly. And what does happen, and I really appreciate this, is I was a little concerned. When I first started and I had small groups of 10 or 12 people, there was always time for each person attending to ask at least one question. And then as the groups got larger, not everybody would necessarily have time, and I got a little concerned about that. But it really is a group consciousness, and sometimes the information goes away from answering questions or doing problem solving into really broad information. I had someone ask once about someone who passed away, and they had some concerns, and for 10 minutes out of the answer was all about what the beauty of life and death, and sort of metaphysical information comes through in those situations.
I also notice that when I go, I might be low energy or just kind of tired, and when I leave from just being around other people with high vibrations and high energy, I would just walk out of there just like buzzing and bouncing off the wall.
I sort of levitate off my chair, actually.
Yeah, so sometimes it's going and sitting in the room, and it's totally worth the time to go.
And that is actually, something happened at the winter solstice in December of 2012. And that was, as I was sort of blurted out, that there's going to be an energy transmission. And I didn't know what an energy transmission was, so I was a little nervous.
It just came out.
It came flying out of my mouth like the rest of the information. And I thought, oh my God, what is it? My ego was very concerned that I would look like a fool because I had no idea what was happening. And then about half an hour into the session, all of a sudden, I literally stood up in my chair and I was suddenly standing up and said, okay, now it's time. And I said, any of you who wish to receive this energy transmission, just make sure that I can see your face. If you wish to not receive an energy transmission, just make sure you look down and I will skip you. And then I literally started progressing, going with a eye contact, basically, with each person in the room. In fact, I felt like, if I wanted to try and describe it, is that there was an energy focus on the third eye. And so I've done this in most of my group settings since December, so it's been close to a year. And each time I do it, the energy seems to get more intense, is not the right word, but more focused and more specific. And during part of the intuitive sessions, someone asked, well, what was the purpose of this energy transmission? And of course, someone with a little bit of a skeptical thought might have thought, oh, well, maybe it's mind control or who knows. But what came through was it is to help open up, activate, and stimulate the pineal gland, which is often believed to be the seat of the third eye, and to support people not only in their intuition, but whatever gifts they have. And the feedback I've had from people is just amazing. So now I've got a group of people that come to each one of them just for the energy transmission. And for the price of admission of $20, you can't go wrong.
Right.
So, yeah.
And you have one coming up.
I have one coming up Saturday, November 9th, and I will have one sometime early in December.
Usually like once a month.
About once a month. And I might be able to squeeze one in at the very beginning of January, right before I take off again. So.
Wonderful.
Yes.
You're just so talented. You teach Reiki classes and author and...
Well, it all started. Reiki, I believe, was my foundation, because Reiki has nurtured and brought forth all of these other things. And one of the other things I do that incorporates my intuitive work as well as Reiki is something I call life mastery. And that's when I'm working with clients in either a workshop situation or one-on-one, or often in mastermind groups. And so I have various things. And it's sort of a mix of everything I love that supports people's highest quality of life. And my website, since I'll promote that also, is www.enjoyinglife.com. So it's enjoyinglife.com. And so the Life Mastery incorporates principles of law of attraction, principles of life success. I do my intuitive work for people, and also support my clients with long distance Reiki. And I have a client recently who's been working with me for less than a year, and she just said, my life has totally turned around. I've been trying these principles for the last 25 years, and I actually met her at a seminar about 25 years ago. And she said, and suddenly this year I'm able to actually put them into practice instead of it just being theory. And my belief is part of that is the energetic support that she gets, because every day she gets a distance Reiki treatment from me.
And what's really nice, I think, sometimes you're like, well, I think I might want to get a reading from this person or take their class, and it's an investment of a weekend or
Yes.
A larger sum. So it's really nice to be able to go to the gathering and get a chance to know you and see if they want to work further.
Exactly.
It's a great opportunity.
And that is exactly it. That's one of the reasons I hold the gathering, so people can get a taste, because I don't know how to describe what I do in a way that people really understand it until they experience it. And so so come to one of the gatherings, meet me, get an experience of it, and then if there's anything else I can offer to support you or be of service, then I can let you know what else is available.
Great. Would you like to give out your website again?
Yes, it's www.enjoyinglife.com. Maureen O'Shaughnessy. My phone number, if you'd rather call, is 808-256-8620.
Great. Well, thanks for coming on, and I will be there Saturday.
Yay!
Thank
We will have fun.
joining us.